Hey everyone. I just want to make sure that I can see everything okay here. Since I moved my stand last night for the live upstairs, might have to do some adjusting. And it looks like I need to. Let's see if that works. Make sure you say hello when you come in. Had a busy day today. We went to the kangaroo farm with the kids and the grandkids. Then we went to the beach for a picnic. And now we just finished dinner. It's been a long day. Hey, Lysandra. Hey, Brian. Kyle. Yeah, sorry we missed you too, Brian. Yeah, that's much better. So if you're watching this on replay, type hashtag replay and you'll know that it's on replay because there won't be the live, where is it, over there? The red live button won't be on. Oh my goodness, it was warm today. It's supposed to hit 37 degrees here on Wednesday. Yeah, that's a little warm. Thank goodness for air conditioning. I'll just give it a couple of minutes here. Make sure you comment on tonight's live and share, which I totally forgot to do. So I'm going to do that right now. We'll share it to a couple of groups. And let's see, one more. Let's see. Oh my goodness. You guys, I have drawn a blank. Oh, that was just my heat press telling me that it's ready, because tonight we're going to do some inking. It's going to be fun. Hey, Chandel from upstairs. Hi, Pam. Okay, so tonight we're going to do a banner. This is a 9x11. We also have the smaller banners, the 5x7. And I really want to do, comes with the stick and the string for it. And I really want to do the nutcrackers on here, all different colors. For Christmas time, you could have it hanging on your fireplace. Pretty much anywhere you can make a garland with as many of these as you want. You could also use the banners for Hello Spring or springtime. There's so many different uses for the banners. But tonight we're going to do a big one. And so this, I'm demonstrating Couture. Couture is a new product that launched in Canada on May the 6th. And what it is silkscreen transfers that are reusable 8 to 12 times. So it's awesome. You don't have to throw it away after one-time use. So if you make something and somebody loves it, you can make it for them. I just need to cut this. So our transfers come on a backer sheet, and if it needs to be cut apart, I've already taken part of it off here. It's got the white lines, and that's your guide to where you're going to cut the transfer apart. So we're just going to cut this off. And then after I cut it, I'm going to write on the back of the transfer what it is. Not only does it make it easier for lining them up when you're finished, but it's also good, if I can find my felt, because one side is a paper side of the transfer. The other side is a glossy side. I don't know if you guys can see that with the light. So you never want to put it back on the paper side because the transfer will stick to the paper. That you won't be happy with. So I'm just going to write on the back of these. And this one. So I'm doing another Christmas one. Just to kind of keep it in the theme that we were working last week, even though I know it's not Christmas in July anymore. But that's what we're doing. I just have to open up my cupboard so I have room for my legs. Okay, so this one we're doing is called Santa I Can Explain. So we're going to put this on the mat. Before we do that, we want to make sure that we've got our inking mat underneath, and I have several. Somewhere. Bear with me here. There we go. I found it. Found it. Sorry about that, guys. So our ink mats come with a protective cover over top. So when you're not using them, after you've wash this off just with water, you don't need to do anything else. Let it air dry, and then you put the protective cover back on. That's going to protect your mat. Hi, Ayla. No, I don't press the canvas first, Lysandra. What happens when I put this ink mat underneath, it's very sticky. So if I had a t-shirt or something, as soon as I put it on, I just rub it and it actually sticks to the ink mat. So if there's any wrinkles, you can just push those wrinkles out. Super easy. Okay, so now I've got it on the mat. I'm going to peel back my transfer. This time I don't need to fuzz my transfer because it's going on canvas and I want it to stick to the canvas. So to take the transfer off, I'm just going to rub my finger along the edge here. You see it just pulls back, and then I'm going to pull it straight down. Now this is a little bit of a bigger transfer, so I'm actually going to flip it upside down. And I'm going to peel the backing sheet off the transfer rather than taking the transfer off the backing sheet. And I'm going to line it up here. And I kind of want to get an idea of how I want this to look, because I've got a ribbon here and a bell. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the ribbon here, and then the bell will go here. So I think that's going to look good. All right, so now we're going to press down, make sure that the transfer is adhered really well to the fabric. You don't want any air bubbles, and you can actually see if there's air bubbles in here. Now what happens if it's not completely adhered to the fabric is that the ink is going to bleed out underneath, and then you'll get bleeding. You don't want that. So I'm going to make sure it's down really well. And I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to do it in red. And then I'll do the bell in gold. And the ribbon, we'll do the ribbon in green. Let's get this out of my little storage unit here. And of course this one is stuck. There we go. So this is the meadow, and then the candy apple in the red, and then we'll do shimmer gold for the bell. I think that's going to look really pretty. Hi, Amir. Hi, Mike. Welcome. We're doing a Christmas project tonight. So I'm going to open up the red and we're going to do the whole thing. Or are we? I think I'm going to do Santa in the red. And why don't we do the I Can Explain in black. Now, before I start, I want to make sure that this is actually straight because I'm looking at this now and it almost seems like it's a little bit crooked. And it is. It's out by about 1/4 of an inch, so I want to fix that while I can. So just lift it up, place it back down, and again, I'm going to make sure that I've got no air bubbles. So just push that down. Okay. Yeah, Santa red. All right. Now, I'm just going to stir this one, but the ink, you don't need to stir. It's always such a beautiful consistency. Look at that. This is perfect. The only time you need to stir it is if it's the chalk paste. So I'm going to scoop some out here. And I'm going above where the screen is. I always like to start above the screen print area. Sorry, that was just my heat press telling me it's ready. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to squeegee this down. Sorry, I hope you guys can see. And I'm not putting the same amount of pressure on this as I would if I was doing chalk paste. Because again, I don't want to push it through that silk screen area out into the rest of the fabric. So just straight down, a light stroke. Okay. And we're just about done. And then once we get this done, we'll just lift it up. We'll do a peel and reveal on Santa. And the ink actually, it's a little bit more forgiving. It doesn't dry as fast as the chalk paste does, which is really nice. I know, it's such a beautiful red, Lysandra. Okay, so we got that. I'm just going to throw this into my water bucket. I've just got some clean, cool water. And then I'm going to slowly, with the ink, it's better to go slow because the ink is still liquid. You don't want it to splash. So just lift that up. Perfect. I'm going to lay this down. Make sure that my other areas are still adhered. I'm going to do that in the black. I'm going to get a little mini squeegee. And I'm going to start from the bottom, making sure that I don't go up into the area I just did with the red. So you can see how quick you can get this done. You need a hostess gift, you're going to a Christmas party and you forgot, just whip out the chalk couture and you can make a beautiful hostess gift. Birthday party or a wedding gift you need done. You can make so many unique gifts without spending a lot of money or a lot of time on them, but they're very unique to you. This is going to look great. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the excess. I always wipe the excess back into the container. All right, and put the lid on. And now I'm going to lift slowly. And then I'm going to take my transfer and put it in its cold water bath. And that'll clean it. So this is what we have so far. So we're just about done. I'm going to just use the hair dryer on a cool setting and just dry this a bit before I put the next layer on here. Hi, Brittany. Does it dry as fast? No, Pam, it doesn't dry as fast as the chalk, which is nice because you have a little bit more working time with it. Yes, you can do walls, doors. I saw somebody decorate their dishwasher with chalk paste and the kitchen measurements transfer that we have. And then when they got tired of it, they just washed it off. It's amazing. I actually want to do the kitchen measurements on my fridge because I love to bake, so I'm always using the measurements. Okay, so that is done. So again, I'm just going to peel it back from the edge. I'm not going to go this way because it's wider than it is. It's wider than it's long. Yeah. And you don't want to stretch the transfer. If I was to take the transfer here from the corner and pull it off this way, I would risk stretching the transfer. And I'm going to show you what the silk screen area looks like. I'll hold it up to the camera here. See, there's tiny, tiny little mesh inside there. And that's where the paste, the chalk paste or the ink is going through and putting the design through on whatever is underneath. All right, so I'm going to press that down. Make sure that it's on there really well. I hope you guys saw the mesh there. Amir, we sell the ink, and I'll put a link to my website in the comments here for you. We have the ink, we have the transfers, we also have Chalkology paste, and all the tools that you need to make these projects, which is great. So I will give you the shop link. If you're interested in the VIP group, where I post specials for customers, type hashtag VIP, and I can drop that link for you guys in there. If you're interested in the business, and I think I just got chalk paste or chalk ink on my face. If you're interested in the business, type, or in the comments, put hashtag biz, and I can get you the information for our opportunity group, which has a lot of great information in it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the green on the ribbon here. And again, I'm just going to put a little bit on my squeegee. And starting above the transfer area, I'm just pulling down. I'm not putting a ton of pressure on here. I made that mistake when I made my first banner. The first inking project, it wasn't even a small one. I ended up doing an 18 by 24, and I did the front of it and the back of it, and I completely ruined the banner. So just light pressure. I actually have some cloths that I got at Home Depot now that are canvas, that are more of a practice cloth. So before anybody tries it, practice on the cloth. It's amazing. So again, I'm going to lift this, and I'm just pulling it straight up, and that one is done. So now I'm just going to dry this a bit with the blow dryer, and it's on a cool setting. Yes, right? Wouldn't that be awesome, Brittany? Matt, you know what? this is so easy. I did a live project last night, if you go back in through my news feed, and I did it with kids. There was 2, 8, and 10-year-olds, and then my 2 daughters. And the kids did such an amazing job. Like, anybody can truly do this. And it's actually really addicting. I'm on day 13 now. I've been crafting every night for 13 nights, doing lives. I accepted the challenge to do 30 days of lives. So it's every day I'm trying to come up with a new project for you guys. Okay, so now we're going to do the bell in copper shimmer. And this actually looks a little bit wet still. I'm putting a transfer back on top of this, and I don't want any of my ink to come up. So I'm going to lift this off the mat, and I'm going to put a little bit more heat on it than I normally would. So I really want to get it dry. I'll just do a second. Okay, that looks good. We'll put that back down. Want to make sure that it's on the mat and it's stuck to the mat. So now I'm going to take the bell and place him under the ribbon. Yeah, and the heat press is ready. So again, you just want to press down, make sure that your transfer area is stuck down to your fabric. And then I'm going to take a clean squeegee, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here. And again, starting at the top and dragging it down. Now I find that the gold shimmer, I almost need to put a thicker layer on here just to get that shimmeriness through without dragging it all off. Okay, I'm going to scrape the excess back into the container. So you can see a little bit of paste or ink goes a long way. Same with the chalk inks or paste. I had one jar that lasted me, I'm going to say probably 40 projects. I did a coffee table, I did an end table, quite a few projects. So now I'm just going to dry this a little bit, and then I'll pick it up and I'll show you how I'm going to heat set this so then it'll be permanent. If I put this through the wash, there's not going to be any problem at all. But I want to make sure that this is dry first. It's a little bit damp. I'm going to take it off the mat. And I'm going to use some heat on it. Just trying to catch up on the comments, and I think I'm a little bit behind. I want to make sure that that's dry before I put heat on it. Sorry, I know this is really loud. Okay, that looks good. So now, I usually use the heat press behind me, but I've got a few projects piled up there that I want to be doing. So I've got a portable heat press that has now shut off that I can take with me when I'm doing workshops. So I'm going to use that for this project. This is a mat. It's a foam mat with a Teflon covering on it. I'm going to put that down there. Make sure that my image is on the mat. And then I'm going to take a Teflon sheet and put over top of the inked project, because I don't want to burn the fabric. And then I'm just going to take this and put it on for 30 seconds. So we'll start the timer. And this is going to tell me when it's done. Then I'll do the bottom part, and then you flip it over and you do 30 seconds on the other side as well. And then it's permanent. You don't have to worry. Hey Anita, hi Danielle. Yeah, another Christmas one. I love Christmas. I think I have some more Christmas transfers coming. Okay, so it just beeped and told me it was ready. So I'm just going to move this up so I can do the ribbon and the bell. Put the Teflon sheet back over top. Put it down and start the timer. And like I said, it's only 30 seconds on each side. But because this is too long, I needed to do it in 2 different sections. So we'll just finish that up. And then once it's done, you can either put some twine through the top, or with the stick that it comes with, which is great. So you don't have to go out and buy all these other supplies. Everything comes in it. Okay, so I'm going to move it. And now I'm just flipping it over. I'm going to do the back. Put the Teflon sheet back on. And we got about 30 seconds after this one, and our project will be done. And how long did that take? 30 minutes? Like, it's amazing. I absolutely fell in love with this product. Yes, Pam, if you don't have a heat press or a portable Cricut Easy Press, it would be 4 minutes on each side with an iron. So you would go over it for 4 minutes, and then you would flip it over, and you'd do the same thing for another 4 minutes. So it can be done with an iron. You don't need any fancy equipment. This just happens to be here, so that's what we're using. And it's a little bit easier than bringing out the iron and the ironing board, right? So we're just about finished. Does anybody have any questions while we're doing this? What type of fabric? You can use any type of fabric, Ayla. Yes, it's so awesome, Brittany. All right, make sure you're sharing tonight's live. I'm going to do another draw, so I'll have another winner tonight. And comment, isn't that adorable? 30 minutes it took us, and we're using ink. It's so cute. And you can do it any color you want. It doesn't have to be, you know, the typical Christmas colors. Over it again if you want to add more. Oh, absolutely, Pam. I could put the transfer back down again. Now that this is dry, it's permanent, it's heat set. I could put the transfer back down after you dry it, or after you clean it and then dry it. Make sure your transfer is good and dry, because you don't want to wet your fabric. But you could put it, absolutely put it back down. You could also do an ombre technique with the ink. So I could do red up here and green here and gold down here, and swirl it all together for an ombre technique. There's so many things you can do with this. Like, the possibilities truly are endless. I absolutely love it. I'm hooked. Hooked. So if you guys want more information, make sure you comment. Make sure you've shared. And if you're watching this on replay, type #replay. You won't see that little live button over, I think it's over on that corner. All right. I think that's it for tonight. I will be back again tomorrow night at 7. And we'll be doing a different project tomorrow. Haven't decided what it's going to be yet, so it'll be a surprise for both of us. All right, well, you guys have a great night, and thanks for tuning in. Happy chalking, if you have chalk. And I will chalk with you tomorrow night. Thanks again for coming. You guys have a great night. Bye for now.